Opening our list of top 10 upcoming open world games in 2017 is Agents of Mayhem. From the creators of the hilariously developed and super fun Saints Row franchise, brings you a new game that'll test your proclivity for urban carnage and destruction. The game is set in the same Saints Row universe, in a world ruled by an evil organization of megalomaniacs. It's up to a ragtag group of anti-heroes led by Persephone and Brimstone to show these buggers what they're really made of. This open-world mayhem grants you the freedom to switch between different characters at any given time, each of whom with unique skills. No details have been disclosed as of yet, but what we do know is it's gonna be a worthy successor of Volition's Saints Row franchise. It's set to release sometime in 2017 on the PC, Xbox One, and PS4. Ninth in the list is Alex. If you're familiar with Piranha Games' famed Gothic series, then you'll be surprised to know that they're moving out of the medieval setting and into science fiction. Set in a different planet that was recently devastated by a foreign meteor, humanity's progress to an advanced civilization is halted by this unexpected catastrophe. This has caused a disturbance in their lifestyle, causing the meteor's energy to power their creatures, robots, and the world. It's called Alex. Enjoy its promising open world to discover, fight, and explore. Choose between its wide variety of weapon customizations and deep RPG mechanics. The choices you make along the game will greatly affect its future. News and details about the Alex is scarce as of the moment, although it's been slated for a 2017 release date on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Rank number 8 is Mount & Blade 2, Bannerlord. Though it's not technically an open world game compared to others in this list, the breadth of possibilities in expanding your simulated kingdom is just astounding. This is a direct sequel to the popular world-building game, Warband, released in 2007. Start from scratch and watch your empire grow in ways you wouldn't imagine. Utilize the siege mechanics and enjoy the thrill of building heavy trebuchets to fire at 300 meters. As much as its war-building gameplay is concerned, the game is also heavily focused on its diplomatic ties with other kingdoms. But it doesn't end there. There are at least 6 major factions, a wealth of crafting content, and full mod support, all to give you a satisfying, expansive sandbox experience. It's set to release sometime in 2017 on the PC. 7th in the list is Kingdom Come Deliverance. Embrace the epicness of warfare in this promising and realistic RPG set during the Middle Ages. It's grounded with the forefront of first-person perspective, with an emergent gameplay and branching choices. Aside from its realistic medieval atmosphere, the game's leading feature is its complex role-playing. It's based on a classless system that lets players customize their abilities the way they want. You are literally left alone in its vast world to breathe in the glory of battle. Train yourself in the art of combat and experience one fantastic adventure that'll span hours and hours of content. Where will your path take you? It's set to release in 2017 on the PC, Xbox One, and PS4. Number 6 in the list is State of Decay 2. 2013 was a good year when it comes to Undead Labs. They successfully launched the game catering to the perils of the undead. The original State of Decay was a success, and with the announcement of a sequel, it felt as if they're trying to improve on the criticisms of the first game. The game promises a bigger world compared to its predecessor, and the much-awaited co-op. Now, this Microsoft exclusive will let you play with up to 3 friends in a grand survival of its zombie-infested world. Undead Labs has recently announced that more details will be revealed in E3 2017. What could those surprises be? It's set to release sometime in 2017 on the PC and Xbox One. 5th in the ranking is Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. The Ghosts are back in another action-packed adventure that will put dangerous cartels down to their knees. The game takes a step back from its futuristic warfare, and it's the next big Tom Clancy game to feature a huge open world of Bolivia to discover. Team up or go alone in order to stop growing drug empires in its dynamic third-person action atmosphere. Take missions accordingly depending on your playstyle. Do you want to go with guns blazing in an all-out war? Or do you prefer sneaky, covert missions? It's all up to you. Control drones, parachute from the sky and into enemy territories, and blow these hustlin' lords. It's the first Ghost Recon game to promise a huge world to discover, and we can't wait for it to release this March 7, 2017 on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. In number 4 is Crackdown 3. Has it been 7 years already? Microsoft's once pride and glory when it comes to open world shooters is back with its 3rd installment. This time, everything is destructible. Literally everything. It's set in a different future after the first game, and it showcases a new and improved game engine. Reagent Games gives you something you really want, but they're trying to make the game even better by adding in-depth campaign, more carnage, and realistic physics. Hopefully, it's gonna get a 2017 release soon on the PC and Xbox One. Apparently, no further details have been revealed except for its half-an-hour gameplay trailer. Third is Red Dead Redemption 2. If you've been impatiently waiting for the sequel to this highly acclaimed Western open-world game Rockstar developed, then you are in for an awesome treat with this one. After days of hints and teasers, Rockstar Games finally dropped the big guns when they announced that they're working on Red Dead Redemption 2. This time, they are promising to have a world as big as its predecessor and could even top GTA 5's. The graphics, knowing Rockstar, will be more realistic and fluid. Last but not the least, its gameplay will be more dynamic than ever, giving you the most immersive Western experience in consoles. However, these are the only details that we know so far. The announcement was just that vague trailer, but we do hope that we'll get to see more of it in the coming months, as it's supposed to release in 2017 on the Xbox One and PS4. And as for the PC version, one can only hope. Second in the list is Horizon Zero Dawn. Of course, you can never miss out this spectacle of grand sci-fi scale. Horizon Zero Dawn is Sony's most anticipated exclusive open-world game. It was in development for almost 5 years, and finally, we get to see this game see the light of day in 2017. Set in a futuristic world where humans are no longer the dominant species, control a young girl trying to adapt and survive into the world they can no longer rule. Its third-person action adventure is filled with mechanized wildlife, robotic dinosaurs, and lush valleys, both decimated and untouched. They say the world is bigger than most open-world games, and it's Guerrilla Games' most ambitious title yet. We can't wait till we get our hands on this game this February 28, 2017 on the PS4 and PS4 Pro. And here are the runners-up before we reveal the number one. Conan Exiles. The weak shall perish and only the strong survive. Fight for domination in your own server or in multiplayer. Releasing on the PC and Xbox One in February 1, 2017. The Guild 3. A life simulation game set during the late Middle Ages. Build a name for yourself through trade and politics. Coming this 2017 to the PC. Pray for the Gods. Inspired by games like Shadow of the Colossus and Bloodborne. Destroy the gods to survive the frozen island. Scheduled for release on PC, PS4, and Xbox One in 2017. The Hunter, Call of the Wild. It's a hunting simulator set in 50 square miles of open-world wilderness full of life, aka targets. Releasing on the PC this 2017. Terraria Otherworld. Restore the world back to its pristine state. This is a more structured extension to the indie hit Terraria. Coming to the PC in 2017. And of course, the most anticipated open-world game of 2017 is The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Nintendo's prized franchise makes a damn good comeback when they announced this game during E3 2016. It's such a breath of fresh air to the Zelda we once knew and loved. The world is now bigger than its predecessors, and it has an ambitious open-world element to sink yourselves into. Link has returned to an already desolate world. The mystery deepens as he finds out it's no longer the same as before. Machines have destroyed the world and the kingdom is in ruins. The developers stated that this game adapts to your adventures, therefore the story depends on how you interact with its engaging open world. You can even beat the game without finishing the story. How is that possible? Cook, swim, climb, and fight your way into the most hyped open-world game of 2017. It's set to release sometime in 2017 on the Wii U and the Nintendo Switch. We publish 3 gaming videos every week. Don't miss any of them. Click that bell button beside the subscribe button, check the send me box, and save. Don't forget to like and share this video to your friends. Subscribe now and follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Google+.